Hi, this is St. Jerome of Crypto Experiences bringing you yet another crypto experience. Today is 9/7/24, and I've got a big pile of Russian rubles behind me there. That's a lot of rubles. Can you imagine pallets of pallets of pallets of Russian rubles coming back to Russia and just raining out of the sky that's filling up the country? To avoid all copyright problems, it's raining rubles. It's raining rubles and filling up Mother Russia with rubles. Why am I saying this stuff? So, who cares about Russian rubles? Well, I know a certain country, the United States of America, sent tons and tons of rubles back into the mother country back in the 90s, and it caused a huge collapse of Russia. The ruble became worthless, and people had long lines for food trying to get some value out of the money. It was a mess, and it took them quite a while to pull out of it. So uh, I'm so sure glad nothing like that could ever happen in the United States. So wait a minute, we had the Great Depression, and we had all those dollars, and they became pretty much worthless. And wait a minute, Weimar Germany had barrels and barrels of money come in. And wait a minute, Venezuela, a recent example, tons and tons of bolivares just like flying over around the streets. Some of my previous podcasts have touched on this, but I'm specifically coming in today and talking about a certain operation. Here's a little footage from the time period when the Russians were scrambling to do something with their rubles, get them out, try to spend them, and they had long, long lines all over the place. So, what's that operation? Well, there is the almighty dollar, and it's been on top for a long, long time. Everybody had to buy oil with the almighty dollar. We had a special deal with Saudi Arabia. Now, in an earlier video I did on the petrodollar collapse, this is a little continuation of it. Not only is the BRICS nation, and that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, uh, going to help to have a competing system to the SWIFT system and to the United States dollar. They're going on the ISO 222 compliance, see, and we think XRP is going to be a big part of that. But they also have a little plan. I've heard several podcasters talk about this little plan where this is represented there as the dollar is going to be tacked over, is going to be over a while or all at once. Some man said that there were pallets and pallets of US currency ready to come back in the United States. And if we get flooded with a lot of paper, not backed by anything, because we already know our currency is backed by nothing at this point. If all that currency comes in, it will cause just skyrocketing inflation. It's already bad right now, but it could possibly get worse. I'm hearing it mentioned in terms of maybe even as soon as a month and a half, 2 months out before it really gets critical in the United States. That operation, when they flood the United States, is called Operation Man of Sand. I don't want to turn around because of the sensors. Operation Man of Sand. Boy, he looks scary, doesn't he? Wait a minute. Maybe there's a scarier version of this. But maybe more like this guy, a little more terrifying, the Sandman. So it's an operation with that guy's name in it. And that's where all these countries that have tons and tons of US dollars are going to send them all back to the United States in a short amount of time. Uh, it's going to be BRICS nations, but it is also going to be other nations. And I've been hearing scuttlebutt lately by somebody who's on a lot of podcasts talking about uh, this same type of operation. He was actually influential in the one we did to Russia. So he said he has seen lots and lots of dollars ready to come back physically. So, wow. Anyway, how soon is this going to happen? Don't know. But remember, we're a fiat currency, not backed by anything now. So, what do we do? And when this happens, it's going to cause turmoil in our country and everything economic. due to the fact that XRP is going to be in the middle of M-bridge, and that is how they're going to move currencies around to different places. So right now it's kind of an experimental phase, but here you got uh, China, Hong Kong, United Arab Emirates, and Thailand using XRP to bridge their currencies together. And it's going to go quickly, and it's going to go fast, and it's going to cost very little money. So yes, this is crypto experiences. I think this is probably not financial advice by any means. None of this film is, but one might say that this is maybe the most important overlooked cryptocurrency that people might want to pick up. Mel Carmine's been a big advocate of this lately. I've even heard of somebody named Juan saying this can be useful. Jim Willie is saying that this is useful. I heard Andy Schectman, the big silver guru of Miles Franklin, even talking a little bit about XRP himself. So I think the ISO 222 compliant tokens are going to be very valuable, and especially XRP. And I think another one I like is XLM. I think there's 7 of them altogether that are going to be big ones, but those are like 2. So if it were me and I was making my survival bag of alternative currencies, alternative transactional devices, I would definitely put this crypto in my bag. I would put XRP as it could be a bridge between the BRICS countries. As far as cryptos go, to put in that bag to get through the the tough times coming up that some people say are coming, I'm hearing a couple of really rough months. So I got a personal feeling that perhaps by 2 to 4 months we'll start to pull out of it, but it's going to be rough for a while. So what else can you put in your bag? Well, these two. Bitcoin, yes, it's a store of value now, but I think it's going to get more clumsy. And Litecoin's coming of age. It is Bitcoin in a different form. And Bitcoin thought Lightning Network would solve their problems. And the way I understand it, you hold, when you're using Lightning Network, you're basically holding the fiat instead of the actual Bitcoin, even though you can move it back and forth in that format. So that's how they're able to move it so fast. But yeah, it's like on layer 2. I heard Johnny Litecoin talking about. Whereas Litecoin is coming out with well, they have it now. They have Mimblewimble now, but the game changer is coming. I was hearing October at the Litecoin summit that the mobile app's coming out with Mimblewimble on the mobile app. So you'll be able to move your Litecoin over here and pretty much anonymously and hard to track. I've been hearing a dirty secret that a lot of Bitcoiners that are maximalists are actually going to use Litecoin to move some stuff around. Did you know last year more Litecoin was used in transactions than Bitcoin? Kind of makes you wonder. Now, I do think Bitcoin has definitely got the value, and governments are talking about using it. So that's a big thing there. But for something you can have small transactional fees and be very quick and be able to use in a new economy, whether it's temporary or not, I think Litecoin is there. Another undervalued crypto, in my opinion, that I believe will be part of new financial systems because we're going to have to be able to move through the internet much quicker than we are now. Um, a lot of changes in technology is going to require, especially AI, is going to require at least twice as much speed in the near future and storage. And a solution for that is really a software is Theta in the Theta family on the left and Theta Fuel on the right. Theta is the crypto, and it will let you move your into using other people's storage for extra space, I should say, not storage at all, but RAM on their computers and be able to access internet much quicker and stop the little spinny dial. And to reward you for staking your Theta and securing the network, you get rewarded in Theta fuel, and that has a value of itself. So I haven't looked at Theta recently. I think it's about $1.13 last few days, so that's pretty cheap. And Theta fuel's around 5 cents. It's been 5 cents for a while. They have another one in their community called Theta Drop, and that's kind of used for NFTs. And it's more fractions of a penny, but yet it has some value too. So those are two big ones to grab a hold of, one would say. One possible thing to store some value and to get out of fiat as it goes crashing, of course, are the precious metals. Now, my head is hiding something really neat here, and I had this same slide where I was doing Alpine Gold interview with Ronnie of Alpine Gold. Don't miss it down below. But anyway, here we have some gold buffaloes, but in the middle we have gold backs. Gold backs are bill-sized currency. They're smaller than a dollar bill, but then they go up from a 1 to a 50. It goes 1, 5, 10, 25, and 50. And each bill gets bigger with more gold in it. So gold back, one gold back has 1/1000th of an ounce of gold. Yes, actually gold inside. It's not one of those goofy foil notes that are worthless. No, this is actual gold. And they put more gold in each one than it actually says on the outside. Just make sure you're never short. So if you have a one gold back, it's pretty flexible. And if you have a 50 gold back, not as flexible. 50 gold back is quite a bit bigger. Well, a 50 gold back is 50 times more gold. It's actually 1/120th of an ounce. That gives you a pretty good size little coin if you're used to fractional gold. And one gold back today, I believe, was $5 and about 18 cents or so. And you can buy them at a discount for about $4.98. So there you go on that. So gold is going to be immediately, I think, something, especially if you got gold backs, they're easy to make transaction for. You can make small purchases with them. If you got one of those gold buffaloes there, you're gonna have to take a knife and shave off a little corner and buy a carton of milk. That doesn't work so hot. Even fractional gold, getting down to about a gram, about as small as you can get as a gram or a half a gram, and that's like way over $100 or so. Whereas the entry level gold backs is around $5. So much more usable for bartering. And of course, along with gold, you might want to get yourself some silver. This represents an ounce of silver from the Philharmonics from Austria, and they're denominated in euros at this point. They're an ounce of silver, so right now that's around $30 an ounce, a little bit less, but $30 an ounce. Now you can get 90% silver from 1964 minted and below coins, not nickels, even though in the war there was 40% nickels, World War II, but not nickels. But if you have dimes, quarters, half dollars, and silver dollars, as 90% silver. Now, with a dime, that's really about the smallest unit of trust that you can barter with somebody. They do make 1/10 ounce bullion coins, but those are getting to be, those are pretty, got pretty high premium on it, where you can get a dime for about let's see, about $2 or so, I think, nowadays. So that's probably the easiest barterable currency there is. And then goldback's about number two to barter with, or more silver with slightly higher dimensions. So here is a slide off my friend Litcoin Lisa's channel. And she was interviewing Andy Schectman a while back, and he was talking at that point about Operation Sandman. And then, like I said, I've heard several other podcasts. Andy Schectman is a prolific man. He puts out podcast after podcast and interview after interview, and he is a bullion dealer, one of the most trusted in the United States, or in the world, really. I If you go to Andy and buy, just mention you heard about him here by St. Jerome Cryptocurrencies, and he'll give me a little credit. But besides that, he's a good guy, and you're gonna get a good deal. Now, there's a lot of good bullion dealers. He's one of the best. He is certainly the most outspoken, and I sense urgency and a little bit of worry in his voice about what's coming, and he's a big one to kind of talk about that operation we were talking about here with all the sand and the guy like that. So anyway, I just wanted to wake you guys up. Now, hey, what um, what part does cash have to pay? Well, if dollar starts collapsing, cash is going to be useful for a very short time, because people won't, they'll try to be spending their dollars as soon as they can. Obviously, if you have your cash in the bank, okay, good luck with that. Bank runs in the 20s, bank runs in Cyprus, back when Bitcoin is the only thing you could get out of the Bitcoin machine. You get Bitcoin and cash with that. Yeah. There's things called bail-ins I've talked about before. If you don't own your money in the bank anymore, the bank in a time of crisis owns your money. It's just what the heck, right? So some people are keeping as little fiat in the bank as they need to in order to pay off bills, or they try to pay those bills up as soon as they get them and get that fiat out of there, and then do different things like vault them with services such as Alpine Gold, uh, with Goldbacks, or maybe with money metals, or you have a big safe of your own. Um, Cryptos you have in a secure place in different formats. If you ever need to get and cash out of cryptos quickly, almost all the big bullion companies you can trust, like Miles Franklin, I believe, does now. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Jam Bullion, SD Bullion, UKIT, Hero Bullion, most of the big ones, you can cash out your cryptos into precious metals. And that's one of the easiest ways to do it then too. So not financial advice, any of this, but I just want to give you a heads up that I'm hearing that that operation could be very, very soon. And of course, folks, what's the biggest currency you can have? That are items that you need, such as food, water, gas, ways to have power, say batteries or some solar. They make a lot of small solar devices now that are amazingly good. Amazon, just start looking for that stuff on Amazon. Not financial advice, but you can find a ton of that stuff on Amazon anymore. And you still have a window where Amazon's working fine. So let's hope for the best. And I hope this operation actually doesn't come across, but I can't see, doesn't mean it's true. I can't see the system going on for a long, long time yet, especially with all the funny shenanigans we're hearing about around election time, right? Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. I have a lot of good discounts down below. Hey, thank you for the person who purchased some things from Defy the Grid, and I got a whole $3 in kickbacks. Yay! So I can use that myself to reduce a purchase if I wanted to in the future. Caleb and Brown, if you want to get your cryptos at a reasonable rate, 3.5%, use my link down below. It's a good thing. And I got many others too. Well, thanks for watching today. Have a good day, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Goodbye.